Hello everyone. Before I started the video proper, I just wanted to show you that there are actually some free storage locations in the game. I've popped on my other save for this just quickly, but in the game, as far as I'm aware of, there are free storage locations. You have one here in Mayasura, another one here in Yima, and a third one here in Corvus. So what these are effectively is a safe place for you to dump excess equipment and starships, such as in the game I had just had where I managed to acquire a flagship that maybe I didn't want to fly around with just yet. Or likewise, if you have a lot of AI cores or illegal goods and you don't want to deal with them for the moment, you'll have these structures. So for example here, the abandoned astropolis in orbit of Mayaraf. In Yima, it is the abandoned siphon station next to Salamanca. And in Corvus, it is the abandoned terraforming platform in orbit of Asharu. So all these stations are completely safe for you to put whatever you want into them. Nobody's going to come steal them. Likewise, if there are any space stations that are owned by an NPC faction, such as this military station, or let's see, maybe there's one in Asconia, there's like a Volturn, the Syndrian Diktat. If you bombard these kinds of stations too much and make them decivilized, they will end up abandoned and become the same way. So you could build extra storage if you wanted to by committing mass genocide. Probably not the most economical method, but how does this work? So you'll go to the space station and you'll see a transfer goods or ships. And what you can do is you can just dump whatever you want into here. You notice you have a little storage button on the right. Same like if you had a colony, you could use that there. Just dump your stuff in. And if you want to dump ships in, you can go to here to fleet. And you actually see two extra tabs here, leave and take. So if I want to dump a ship off, there's a button here called store, or I can click S, and it's now in the space station. So if I want to take it out, I go to take, and I can take it back. So that's just a quick rundown of free storage in the game. Don't worry about hoarding too much stuff. In terms of collecting things, don't worry. You always have a place to put it. Hello again everyone. This is going to be episode 6 of the StarSector Let's Play for new players. I'm Seeker Roma, your StarSector small guru, you could say. And in this episode we're following on from the last one where we were finishing up our exploration. We had just finished off a pirate fleet and we wanted to continue because we've still got a lot of supplies, a lot of fuel, and not a lot of treasure to return with. We do want to bring back this Junker starship at some point, but at the moment it's only consuming fuel, so between star systems that's where it might be the problem, but we're going to explore these two planets, or solar systems, and then I'm going to take this back, probably here to Mayasura, at the free storage station, and I'll dump it off there, as I don't see a need for such a large supply guzzling ship this early on in the game. Maybe later on when I have a planet to give me some more monthly income. Anyway, so let's do a quick salvage. Nothing good from the pirate ships. Grab everything else and move on. So you might notice sometimes actually after combat little derelict ships get spat out. You can always grab those as well. Maybe there's something good. Ooh, did he interdict me? That's nothing useful. Actually, hold on, that's a shielded combat freighter. So, notice there in the hull mods it has shielded cargo holds. So, in this case, I don't particularly want this ship, but I do want a ship like this. Because shielded cargo holds means that you are able to smuggle illegal goods and still be detected, or rather, still be intercepted and scanned, but they won't detect the illegal goods. So, if I can find a mule combat freighter with a pirate variant, that will have shielded cargo holds, and that will have much better cargo capacity. Likewise, it's also a better combat ship, it will have shields, it has more guns. This, I don't really need this, it's not a very good little ship. Anyway, so we're going to make our way to Delta Wheelo. You can see that fuel usage is quite high now with this big ship drifting around in our fleet, but it's not too much. At least we're not going very far with it. And we have a few entry points here. Unfortunately, as our ships are too damaged... Actually, I'm not sure, can we... Oh yes, so we can use transverse jumping to go into a star system if one of our ships is damaged. But we can't get out. Higher CR... Oh, okay, actually, I think I've confused this. So, emergency burn uses combat readiness, which is this bar here. But transverse jumping, I believe, uses ship hull strength. So it's already okay on hull, so I believe we can do transverse jumping. We just can't do the emergency burn. But eventually, if we got the level 3 of safety procedures, it would eliminate the need for combat readiness on that. So this is definitely something I want to get, along with most of this industry ones early on, actually. Okay, so let's see, where should we go in? We have a few options. Without really knowing exactly, we should probably just dive in. In the system jump points usually we'll have a combat fleet maybe. Let's take a look. Oh, Lake Path Base, okay. Not so keen on that. Yeah, they got their satellites up. And I'm guessing they're near this barren world here. Let's do a survey. Oh, sensor boost. There's something there, something there. Let's go take a look. Is there a bounty here? Nope. Don't think anybody even knows it exists. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. That's a lot of combat freighters. Oh no. I probably want to get out of here. They can see me. Okay. A bit faster. Come on. Get out. Get out. Get out. Yes. Okay. Make a mental note to come back to... Oh no, he actually followed me out? Oh no. I didn't know they could do that. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Bugger. Okay. What can we do here? There's no way I can take that on. Even though these are junker ships, there's a lot of them. So, let's accept the comm request. Maybe we can pay them off. 25,000, we have enough. Let's pay the tithe. Oh. Hooray. So they left us alone. Okay. We are not going back in that system. And that is a shame, because it looked like a fairly decent system. Nah, not really. A couple of barren worlds. Okay, so if you had a situation like that with a larger enemy that was going to attack you, and you couldn't emergency burn away, your only solution is to perform a tactical retreat in the combat. So you'd have to decide which ships are you okay sacrificing. This is where having a lot of junker ships might be in handy, because you can just throw them at them and get away with the ships you actually want to keep. So I think for now I'm going to take this big ship back. It's a bit of a... It's too much of a weight at the moment. I can't escape from enemies if I need to, so I'll head back to Hyasura. Or Mayasura rather. And I'll see you there. Okay, so we've arrived at Mayasura. And a quick trick now is to know how transverse jumping can get you to places relatively quickly if you see these nascent gravity wells, etc. So if we look at the system map, we see that I want to head here, to this abandoned Astropolis. But it's in like the northeast quadrant of the system, and there's no jump points here. If we look at the system itself, we can see like this layout is exactly the same as it appears in the system map. So this gravity well is probably the planet that we are trying to get to. So what we can do is we can go right onto the jump point and use transverse jump. This should take us right next to where we need to be. Right here, okay. Unfortunately, there's no police convoys, which is good, because I would like to offload this gamma core. That's the only illegal thing we have on us. The com directory. I'm curious what they give me for these. Like 10,000. Nah, I'll take this one to the Tritachyon. Okay, in the meantime we can go to the Astropolis and dump off our ship. So, we will dump him in there. I would certainly like to use it at some point, but it's too much of a resource hog at this point, so... Okay. Any cargo that we could leave behind? Actually, I'd like to keep all these guns for the moment, and we can see what the automatic auto-fits will give us with the starships. If we take a look here... refits, for example, here. If I do an auto-fit for close support, it will upgrade some of the weapons using the extra OP rather. Do the same here, close support. Make sure you're using the same variant though, otherwise it will equip completely different things. And here, militarized. And in this case, I wanted to swap this variant about. I didn't need the dedicated targeting core. I wanted the... where is it? Expanded missile racks. Okay, so I need a bit more slots for that. There we go. As this ship has a few missile launchers, it's quite handy for that. What I can do is then delete the old variant and save over the new variant. And now if I click it, using this upgrade automatically, it swaps out some better guns already. So we've got some harpoons instead. But it keeps the same theme with the mods as much as it can. You can do the same here, but not much difference. Assault maybe. This is using a pulse laser. Maybe I prefer to use it a heavy blaster. This one's an ion pulsar, which I have seen is actually quite deadly. Keep that one for now. Alternatively, let's see. Yeah, some more missiles might be better. Generally, it's worth to do this after coming back with extra guns, because you can swap out for better equipment. Like here, it's automatically upgrading to the light dual machine guns. It's trying to do as much as it can. And then the non-combat ships don't matter that much. But for all our current ships, we've swapped out to better guns, so I'm happy with that. And we'll repair the ships. And then we'll quickly head to the Astropolis and dump off all the excess guns. This way, I know now to come back here to re-equip if I ever need to. Say if I find a starship and I want to re-equip it. Okay. Going to do a bit of cloud skimming to get to Hybrasil, avoiding all the angry storming clouds. Okay, we got to Kulan. Let's offload the AI core for a little bit of money. It's an extra 30,000. And sell these blueprints and survey data. And a lot of this metal. You don't really need most of it actually. Okay, that's extra 55,000, so that's not too bad. We have more than enough crew. Maybe we could buy another ship whilst we're here. Let's see what's available. Preferably something on the black market. A couple of combat freighters. Aha, here we go. So, this is the ship I was looking for. A mule combat freighter pirate variant. So, this doesn't have much going for it, except if you look at the standard one, it has the whole mod shielded cargo holds. So this allows me to smuggle a little bit, or at least hopefully not get detected as much. I could alternatively get a fast carrier, but this is a very expensive ship. I mean, I probably just want to make use of the flagship I found rather than this if I was to go for a carrier. A couple other ships, anything useful? A few drone tenders. I could fill up my fleet with drone tenders. I'll buy the combat freighter because I have an idea for it. So, that's my fleet. Bring it to the front. Okay, let's refit it. So, with these combat freighters, they are quite solid little combat ships, but they don't have a good amount of firepower to matter that much on the battlefield, so I like to give them the... Oh, never mind, I don't have the mod, but if I did, I would give them a converted hangar bay for an extra bit of ranged firepower. In this case, let's just do an auto fit for standard. At the very least, this is another capable combat ship in the fleet. We can use this. And going back to here, we could also grab ourselves maybe an officer. Let's see what he does. Oh, no. Okay, I don't want a timid officer. He has good skills, but timid personality will never get into combat, really, so I don't actually want that. Okay. So we could do grabbing some fuel. A bit more. And some supplies. Okay. So now we've got a few ships, we've got some extra smuggling capacity, and I think I wanted to next get a bounty for an extra bit of money. We can head down here to Dujac and try and kill this guy. I'll see you there. Okay, so we've arrived at Dujac. Let's see the bounty. So he needs to be hiring... Oh, he's hiding out near a barren world. That's not very helpful. So let's see. If we look at the system that's floating around at the moment, we have a couple of entry points for gravity wells and something that looks like a gas giant, and then just a fringe jump point. So let's go through the gravity well here. Maybe the barren planets nearby. Okay. It's a large magnetic field here. So if we got toxic, barren. Okay. But he's using a sensor array. Okay. Maybe. Oh, no, one transplutonic short. What I would do is if I wanted to catch him, I could build a nav relay. And this magnetic field is going to make hiding very easy. Oof, that's a very dangerous planet. So I could... I think, in fact, he might be confident enough to try and attack me. So let's see what happens. Yeah, he has a technically larger combat fleet, but it's not very good, so let's ambush him. There we go. Okay. So which one do I need to watch out the most for? Probably that carrier. He's also got a few more officers than I do, so these ships will be a little bit better than what I expect. That's one other thing I need to work on, is getting some more officers, maybe one or two. Okay, let's move in. Deploy all except the drone tenders. Okay. So let's see what's happening. I need to emphasize the destruction of that carrier they have. Where is he? I'll pin you to that. Get rid of the big ship together. Oh, nice missile boat. Very effective. Okay. There's the carrier. So let's engage him. These fighters are annoying, but we have a bit of point defense in the form of the mining drones, so it's not terrible. How's this guy doing? Yeah, this is going to take a while. Somebody to go help. Change that to an eliminate order. Send the destroyer after it. Okay. Make sure everybody has some sort of order issued to them. Fighters against shuttles can be very dangerous. So let's get our drones near here. Not too concerned about this thing. It's just a little shuttle with a gun strapped to it. Okay, and how are these guys doing? Well, they're overheating it at least. Yep, I think he's toasted. And over here. Oh, they killed the condor without even being able to look at it. Okay. What's left? Should probably pause whilst issuing these orders, actually. Just as I have the command frequency open. And then just set everybody to eliminate the little shuttle. Oh, well, that would look like a clean destruction right there. Yep, nothing was left. What can we recover? I'm not really keen on any of these. Let's grind them up. Some supplies and fuel. Take that. And 2 levels up and some money. I like that. And we can also salvage the debris field. Get a couple of Talon fighters from that carrier. And salvage it once more. I usually salvage it twice until I get to the... Well, if this is still likely, then I like to keep doing it. But then once it gets to possible, which will be now yellow, I don't do that anymore. Unless it is debris from, say, a research station, then maybe. Because you can maybe find a couple of rare objects that way. So we've got a couple of levels up. Let's grab the sensor range boost, and we should work on industry next. I'm gonna get salvaging, and then emphasize probably safety procedures after that. Also here, let's take a look at Druge. Anything good? Nothing. Okay. Okay, so that was a good little bit of combat. We got some more money, we got a couple of levels up. A couple of new ship. So, I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Peace out.